Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Clair Obscur. Last time we got ourselves access to Esquier. Esquier is a lot of fun. But for now, we will put him down and we will approach this guy. And miss. Let's try that again. This is the Ruler. As a little slow. If you fall in battle after obtaining your 4th character, you can send in the reserves. In this case, that's 1. And I missed the parry on that one. But okay. We'll try that again. I don't know how I missed the jump. It's relatively easy, and I had thought that he did that. So I actually set up for it specifically. I equipped the Lumina to give me 1 AP whenever I do that dodge on his on a jump attack, which gives me the start that I need to really start setting things up. So we're gonna go with Rush. Speed is good. And let's do Powerful.
A storm is coming.
And let's slow this guy down.
Ice shatter. Brace yourselves.
I missed again. I remembered that I needed to jump in this fight. I did not apparently remember how to dodge any of his attacks. So we'll revive you. You no longer have any buffs. That sucks. But we will make do. We will, I swapped in Thunderfall in place of, what was it, Electrify or whatever it was. Just because it's a little more powerful.
Feel the burn.
Going to apply Burn. And I see a floating mass of something. So I will hit that and do 32,000 damage. It also gets very close to building you up for overcharge. So we are going to do that very soon as well. We are going to apply Foretell. Well, I'm glad I went for dodges on that. It's the only reason I'm still alive. So that's definitely a thing. You can't do anything yet. Let's add... Oops. I pressed a button and I did not mean to. And I'm all out of AP. That really sucks. You know what I'm going to do? Because I don't want you to get another hit in. So I'm going to give you AP. And then we are going to use Phantom Blade. Do 8,000 damage, break him. He's no longer stunned. So basically he was going to get his turn right away. So that was his stun turn. And I just basically delayed the inevitable. Let's do some Thermal Transfer. He is weak to ice. And I'm going to reapply Powerful. And let's see here. Let's apply some Foretell with Searing Bond. Go.
Careful now.
We survived. This is good. We have lots of AP. Let's reestablish slow. Gustav can set up marking shot.
Take him down.
I'm ready. I die, so be it.
There we go. And this is our last turn. We want to use Phantom Blade. Sadly, we lost the mark effect from all of our counters, but oh well. And we hit the damage cap, and we broke him. And the most damage I can manage right now is Mayhem. Go. And let's go for overcharge.
For those who come after.
Close. All right, we have no charges left. Let's go for Searing Bond.
This.
And we will apply Burn. Weak to fire as well. See if we can survive this. Too early on that last hit as well. But because I decided to go for dodge, we're alive.
I die, so be it.
All right, let's go for Phantom Blade one more
Making that
time.
smile today.
And we got him. And for doing that, we get Powerful Revive, 21,000 experience, and we dealt over 100,000 damage in that fight. If we continue to fight all of the chromatic Nevrons we find, we are going to get big boosts in experience and levels, and this is one of the reasons why I am not going to be fighting every single one of them. This one's early on, so I figure, okay, we'll do this one. Give you an idea of some of the challenge this game offers, because as you've noticed, as we've kind of been going through the game has started to balance out on difficulty as long as you know how to properly counter all the attacks coming at you. If you don't, like if I wasn't able to dodge on those, this fight, you don't win this fight because you basically can't take a lot of damage. One hit does like 600 damage. We have two characters with like 600 or 700 HP and the other one has 300. But anyway, we get a new Pictos. It's level 8. It's the most powerful Pictos that we have seen thus far. And let's see here. Powerful Revive. Apply Powerful when revived for 3 turns. It also has 11% crit and 54 to speed, so that's very nice. Yeah, we'll take off this and give that to you. Give you all the ones that I'm working on, basically. So Mael is somewhat behind here. Let's pull out... let's pull out Gustav and throw Mael in for a little bit. I'm just going to try and balance the characters and try and keep them mostly around the same level. We will use a Chroma Elixir, get on Esquier, and now I could go at this point to the Yellow Forest, as we talked about in the previous episode, right here, or Yellow Harvest, sorry. But that's a whole giant side area that you never have to go to. In fact, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong on this, but I believe this is the area that they created originally for the demo of this game. It took place in that area. But yeah, it's a full-blown dungeon. It's not quite as big as the Stone Wave Cliffs that we're heading to next. And what is that in the sky? Whatever it is, it moves. And it's somehow familiar. Anyway, when you approach...
Here we go.
We are indicated. There's some chroma.
Nice.
That we are indeed going in the right direction. Oh. This is not the right direction. There is something of value to obtain in behind this guy. But again, this is another, basically, not a super boss, but a boss that's much more powerful than we are expected to deal with. We can defeat him. We already defeated one of these guys once. But I'm trying to avoid over-leveling. So I am going to pass on that for now. But feel free to do all the optional stuff as you go. It's fine. You can if you want. Like I said, I'm specifically trying to make the game a little more challenging for myself. Is there anything up here? I don't think there was. No. Okay. So we will head on into the Stonewave Cliffs. Meanwhile, on another timeline where I didn't forget to do this before going to the Stonewave Peaks. Yeah, this quest is one of the few things that's actually time-locked. You remember we went to SK's Nest and we got the mushroom for this guy. This must be done before the completion of the Stonewave Cliffs, otherwise you don't get to do it. So let's give him the mushroom. We got a mushroom. Show you how to prepare it. Remember, this was Gustav's idea in the first place. And he's still a brush face. The dog's bollocks. I don't think I should be allowed to say that word. That's UK slang. I am not classy enough for that. Can we fight? This leads to a bit of a problem. Sounds like a yes. This could end badly in multiple different ways. I open by saying a different timeline. In this timeline, I'm using my New Game Plus file because in the actual playthrough, I forgot for too long and I no longer have the ability to come back here and do this. So I still wanted to show it off, but because of the way New Game Plus works and the scaling of everything, you're going to get a little bit of a peek into the future. Yeah. So let's just see how his attacks go. And we'll get kind of an idea of what you're going to expect from this fight. Let's go for Strike Storm. Though it really doesn't matter what we do at this point. But yeah, so I apologize for not being able to show this off properly, but it's just kind of a side effect of me being very forgetful. So we're going to hit him to reveal the spot there so we can break that. So no more shield for you. And yeah, like I said, ignore all the things you see on the side of the screen. So we're going to get full power out of this guy now. And I'm going to be really bad at how I go about competing in this fight. Plus, it's probably, I would say it's a little bit longer this way than it would have been if I had just done it normally. And I am specifically holding back because I don't want to show too much of what the future has in store for us, but I also want this battle to not take forever. And I've specifically made a few adjustments for those who have played the game before to hide specific things so that we don't show everything. I disagree with that being on time, but okay. I swear I missed that first one by a mile. But anyway, the fact that I missed out on this on the actual playthrough isn't particularly important because the rewards for this quest are nothing major. And I just wanted to show the fact that it does indeed exist. And the only other alternative to this would be to run another file from the start of the game. And if there was no battle here, I could have done that, but I didn't want to run a battle here that basically skipped all the encounters and then not be able to kill this guy. And it still would have been a long fight, and you wouldn't have gotten the sneak preview. And with that long drawn-out process, we actually take him down. Like I said, it won't be anywhere near as long when you're fighting it yourself. But yeah, I just wanted to at least show the fight so you could at least kind of learn a little bit on the timings of those attacks. They're not really all that difficult. The lightning one is the same as all the other, you know, ranged magical attacks like that. And then the other ones are pretty well audio cued to try and figure out. We shall treasure it. It was a pleasure. And for doing that, we get a new outfit. That's it. I think it's also, let's see, 3 polished chroma catalyst and a recoat. Though I guess New Game Plus gives you different ones. The outfit that you get is one of my favorites. The pure costumes are basically just a palette swap of the original Expedition uniforms, except in white. And I think it actually looks really good. It's one of my favorite choices to put on the characters. But anyway, with that being said, I apologize for doing this out of sequence and not really providing the kind of the same strategy, but it's a one-on-one fight. There is a way of making that easier, and I will actually be going over that a little bit later on once we kind of fill out the team a little more. Once we fill out the team a little more, I will show ways of making it easier, and you can apply that knowledge to this fight to make it easier as well. Primarily involves going to the Hidden Gestural Arena, which I have put off until later on, and we will show at what the reasons why it's really effective to go there at a later date. But anyway, back to the Stonewave Cliffs.
Wanna go for a ride? Apparently, that was where people went on dates, you know? What do you think happened in those cabins?
No, actually, my guess is this was Expedition 50. You see, they created this giant wheel, and they tried to cross the world.
Okay, Professor.
Mes amis, Florey's close. I can feel it.
Come on, you can fly. Can't you get Flurry yourself?
Oh no, too much effort.
So, wait. Esquire is that powerful?
Apparently so, but also lazy.
All right, let's go.
What a weird creature.
What the fuck? Our airship slash chocobo slash whatever, boat, whatever you want to call them, our mode of transportation annihilated that thing that I said I didn't want to fight. Okay, then. Also, I find the knowledge of the world before differing depending on perspective kind of interesting as well. Also, why are buildings, rocks, islands, and everything else floating in the sky? Huh. Also, if you look right dead ahead, you can see the monolith. But if you go over here, there's actually another one of those same creatures, just slightly to the left of the monolith there. You can see it moving. Also, yeah, it kind of looks like a Ferris wheel. I won't lie, I got here, I saw the Ferris wheel in the bay and the storm clouds, and I thought back to Life is Strange, which is a narrative choice-based game that I think was published by Square, actually. Yeah, I remember playing that around the time the first Ori game came out, and I enjoyed that game as well. I wouldn't put it on the same level as Ori, but I also really love Ori. Floating lights. Sounds about right for this world. Can't go down there. But yeah, all the oh god, this is taking me back to what, second year university, first year? Was that columnar, whatever that word is, basalt? Is that what those are? Is that what they're going for here? Definitely looks wet. Is that water falling, or is that something else? Cool cave. Yeet. You okay down there, bud? Okay, next. Right, we might as well rest since we have the opportunity to do so. What is this thing? It is a thing. Good enough, I guess. Oh, hi. Doesn't seem to matter where I go. There are giant enemies and... Is that a boat broken in half in the sky? I gotta stop questioning this world, because if I do, I'm gonna be gray by the time we're done with this Let's Play. And again, in my mid to late 30s, my hair's already half gray. Nope, I did not want to select that. Sad.
The 78. Maxence. Stealing the airships. But we knew we had to try, and it worked. We deserve strong leaders, not those old fools on the council hiding under the dome. Under their control, our people are condemned to a slow, inevitable extinction. Their timid half-steps achieve nothing. The answers are not in Lumiere. They are out here. Our only choice is to take matters into our own hands. Fortune favors the bold. We must forge ahead with conviction.
It's interesting to see the approaches that a lot of these other expeditions have taken. Over here, we have a paint cage. And I don't see any of the doodads, so let's go up here first. I'm trying to remember where they all are. Pretty sure one of them was accessible over here, so we'll hit that one. Another one up here. Go. And the third one right over there. What have we got here? A new weapon for Gustav. Perfect. He's currently out of my party, but when he gets back in, he has a very slightly more powerful weapon. I believe that's a light element as well. bloody sword. Each of the items or the weapons has their own kind of portrait, sprite, what have you. Am I supposed to go this way? Yeah, this is a dead end. I think. I think this was another way so that you could see different angles so that you could take out the other parts of the locks for the paint cages. At least I think so. I think that's everything over here. There's no item up here. Okay, just had to check my map here. I think I already forgot something, and it was like the first item in this area. Unless I'm just totally out to lunch and I picked it up and I forgot. No, it's right here. There we go.
An advantage.
I walked right past it. Not the first time, won't be the last time. We take this upper path here, all the way around this enemy.
Nice.
We get a color of Lumina. And we ignore him for the moment. We go over here. And we get a new Pictos. Breaking counter. 50% more break potency on counterattack. As you can tell by the amount of break damage we deal with our counters as is, that is fantastic. So let's give that to... basically, I have Mael set up as someone who deals really well when an enemy is marked. So she has healing mark to heal when hitting a marked target, apply burn on a marked target, and recover AP on a marked target. So that's kind of her setup at the moment. Let's give this to Lune. So we'll swap that out for breaking counter just so we can work on this. We'll want to level this up so that everybody can have access to it. And let's begin that by approaching this guy. Who, even though he looks like a boss because he's gigantic, is not actually a boss. He is a normal enemy. He also has shields. His weakness is actually that thing there. Let us slow him. He is weak to ice. What we're going to do is we're going to Mezzo Forte and get her ready to start the burn stacks. The combination of the visual and audio cues makes his blocking his attacks relatively easy. All right, we will apply Foretell. We will apply Burn.
Feel the burn.
He is resistant to fire. Let's see here. Let's go for... Yeah, we'll go for Spark first.
On me.
Got shields back. I'm just going to do a normal attack here. And I think I'm going to do the same with you. I want to get a little more AP set up with you. We'll do Rain of Fire. Three-hit combo now. Oh, I whiffed on the first one, and as soon as you screw up the first one, I screw up all of them. Let's fix that.
Chroma is flowing.
All right, we will apply slow one more time because he's weak to it. Went and said they're easy, and then I failed the one that was, you know, one more attack than that combo. All right, so we are stanceless because you died. Let's see here. We will Swift Stride, get you into Virtuous Stance. Also, I used somebody else to do it, though Mael would have been the better choice to remove the shields because she has the weapon to do so, but sadly her speed is a little too low for that. Let's see here. Let's do marking card. Yes.
A storm is coming.
And Lune is going to use an energy tint on... Yeah, on CL there, get her ready to break the enemy on the next turn. So you're going to shield, which would have been perfect if I didn't already get myself into Virtuous Stance. So we'll do a couple of hits there to break the shields. Doesn't also break the mark on them. And then we'll use Per Se to do a bunch of damage. And then we will use you to break the enemy. There we go. And not letting me break it at the moment, but that's fine.
Let's gamble.
All right, one more Phantom Blade. There we go. He had 200 health left. And for defeating him, we get the Confident Picto. Take 50% less damage, but can't be healed. As you can see, this is a normal enemy. It took us a little while to beat it, and he has 26,000 HP. You can, well, I think he has closer to 20,000, but point stands. The idea is the enemies are starting to pick up in difficulty in this area, which is one of the reasons why I didn't go to another area to completely nerf the challenge that we would have run into. Let's see. Added critical on burn is very good. Don't want to change anything on my L, so I guess we'll take this off. And we'll throw Confident on here. Go. And we already got that. Let's head on through here. Not missing anything else, am I? Other than cool area. What have we here? Color of Lumina. I'm not missing anything, am I? I don't think so. You can zip back if you need to zip back. What have we here? You'll notice there's a lamp up there. You gonna leave me alone long enough? No, you're not. Okay. We'll fight you first, and then I'll explain what we were about to see. These enemies are really interesting. I don't mind if it ever does that. It's just because I've nudged my keyboard or something like that, and then it swaps the inputs. Let's see here. Let us... What do I want to do here? I'm going to do Marking Shot. Go. And then we're going to do Wildfire. Go. Mael. They both have burn, right? Yes, they both have burn. Let's see, we'll make you weak to fire.
Please survive.
I'm ready.
These guys are a little interesting.
Doing in.
They stab themselves, apply shields, and attack you all at the same time. It's a rather unique approach to combat, and it makes these guys rather interesting. As you can see, we all have 9 AP, so we can pretty much do whatever the hell we want in this fight. Let's see here. So I'm going to do Searing Bond here. I am going to hit you there. Actually, I'm going to hit you as well. I was going to leave that open so that Mael could get into Virtuous Stance, but she's already in that stance. And then we are going to go Searing Bond.
Take this.
And you can see it passed the attack on to the next enemy and applied the initial 5 foretell to the first one and an additional 5 to the second one. This one already had some from a previous attack, I think. Yeah, from marking shot or marking whatever it was. So we got that. So now we can try and do Thunderfall. Now, this is the first time doing this on multiple enemies, but Thunderfall is actually a random target. So this could hit both of them.
Lightning strike.
And whoever it hits is random. All right, so let's go per se on this one. Go. And they will continue to do this and use different attacks out of it. That one is a single hit attack. Let's see here. I was going to show off Firing Shadow, but I never got a chance to do that. Let's do one of those. And then Marking Shot.
A storm is coming.
So it sets mark. And you're all worn out on those. Ice Lance, I guess. And for defeating them, we get Energizing Pain. No longer gain AP on parry, but recover 1 AP on getting hit. So if you're not handling the parrying well, this is the Picto for you. I would like to work on this as soon as possible so that I can get it off and never put it on again because I do not like it. As you can see, the amount of Pictos we have been accumulating, we have to break one of my setups here. Let's see here. We will... Yeah, we'll break Rewarding Mark. Sure, why not? Let's make sure we're always working on stuff. Yeah, see, you can see the light up there. Now, this other doodad here, that is an indication that you will be able to spawn a rope with it, the light ropes, but you can only do it from up above. So obviously we're going to get there at some point and then make our way back down after and use as a shortcut later. But for now, it is not. Go over here and grab this.
Lizette, 56th. In my youth, I mistook drama for passion. Simone helped me understand the difference. Opened my eyes to an entirely different way to experience the world. How can she be gone? How could they so callously, so nonchalantly destroy such a beautiful soul? Vile, vile, vile! They just killed her, like she was a worthless Nevron. Those cold-blooded, treacherous, despicable parasites. But Night Trap worked. We caught one of those white-haired bastards. She looks human, but I know she's a monster. She refuses to speak, but I'll make her talk, and then I will feed her to a Nevron. Then the Paintress can take me. I don't care. Nothing matters. I will have justice.
We're not the only one to run into white-haired bastards. Interesting. And also terrifying, considering what that previous expedition has gone through. All right, another new enemy. The dude in the back there. I don't know the names of any of the enemies. Sorry. Let us... We'll do Firing Shadow to start here. There we go.
A storm is coming.
This guy has these floating things, which if you hit, they deal damage. And what else do I want to do with you? I was gonna do Wildfire, but that's not gonna work. Do that to apply the burn so that the burn will take off one of your shields. Now we can properly use Mael's weapon. One hit, and we are now in Virtuous Stance. It's very nice. So let's use it to apply. Let's see, Spark is 3. So we'll do one more hit there, and then we will apply Spark.
On me. Mael. Careful now. Mael. Ah! It's locked on you.
Timing for that's a little weird. There we go. Searing Bond.
Take this.
Go.
A storm is
Have that
coming.
bounce over to remove your shield. And let's see, we'll do Thunderfall.
Lightning. Strike.
There we go. And we'll go for Per Se.
Strike.
Go. I was a little too soon on that one. Not a lot, but a little bit. All right. He has basically no health left. I'll finish him off with a normal attack. It's faster. And for doing that, we get a new weapon. As you can tell by the dual scythe, that is a new weapon for CL. So let's give her that. Sun skills always apply 10 foretell, but all damage taken is doubled. Interesting. It's a lot more damage. This is an interesting weapon. It allows you to basically turn her into a major glass cannon. And I'm going to give it to her. I think we're working on all the new ones, so that's good. We level up one. Augmented First Strike has... Oh, these two have both leveled. So I'll just leave them for now. I don't need to adjust them every time. Stay out of the menu as much as I can. And I think I got all of that. Some of the water texture looks a little wonky. But that's fine. Over here, we get a Color of Lumina. And if we go up here, we have another battle. This time, there's a whole bunch of them. Again, we have access to these floaty doodads. And if I can stop being bad for 2 seconds, I missed. I am very bad when it comes to trying to hit things with a joystick. And there we go. You'll notice how hitting those applies different levels of shields to each of the other ones, but does damage to, I guess, the target. So that's interesting. These guys dodge, so they are flying enemies technically. Let us fly wildfire to get everybody, or not everybody, burnt. All right, we're in virtuous stance. And what do we want to do here? Finish off an enemy. I remember how to play this video game sometimes.
Attention.
Look at all those shields. I missed one. That's not good. Combat gets a lot more difficult when you play badly. All right, firing shadow. We'll do that because it hits a whole bunch of times and we want to remove those shields, except for that's flying and it doesn't really remove those shields. Let's do that. And then that's probably going to miss. Let's go for thermal transfer on you so that I can get some AP back. You're already in virtuous stance, but we'll do that anyway. We'll finish off you. And then per se you.
Danger.
Here comes another one. I thought I was too early, but I wasn't, so that's good. And let's apply some foretell.
A storm is coming.
Remember, it's she receives double damage, but she applies double, or any of her sun skills apply 10 foretell. So even though it was only supposed to apply 5, it applies 10 because of the weapon. All right, there's slow.
This will hurt. Precise strike.
There's that, and we finish you off. Yeah, as you get here, the experience ramps up massively. The amount of Pictos you get ramps up massively, and the difficulty finally starting to catch up with us. We're past kind of the easier section of the game. Over here,
Nice.
the first strike Pictos. I believe this is another one where that 10% damage was hidden and it no longer applies. Again, the mod, I believe I was checking the Nexus mod page, and I believe the creator is working on it and only has like 1 day off from work a week right now, so we'll see when it gets updated. Who wants to work on it? We'll take augmented first strike. Yeah, the first hit you do more damage, so let's pull off that and give you the option to play first. Now, basically what this does is it applies the first strike bonus from hitting R1 to initiate combat without having to do that. If you don't do that, I don't believe it applies anything. Obviously, the 10% damage before the latest update, but I believe that has been removed from most, if not all, of the ones that it was initially on. Don't want to go down there. fall all the way down and roll every time. Got some
use that.
chroma. Do you? How do you know us? Seen you countless times. Yet I've never grasped your essence. You are not from here. Familiar, yet so different. Like everything she created. Creature of darkness at the end of this path. It is but one of her many creations. Beautiful in its own way, but deadly. Her favorite combination. Creature? She was my best friend. But she outgrew us. She had more important things, more important friends. She left me behind. The boy has gone silent. My understanding of this guy, it's the second time we've run into him, is he'll go quiet sooner if you choose the wrong answer. And I hadn't looked up any of the correct quote-unquote answers before either of the times I've spoken with him. But just so you know that that is a possibility. Each question or each answer you give him or question you ask him will lead to slightly different dialogue either way. So there, I guess, is a reason to check out both in either case. All right, I am at a save point. Let us go introduce ourselves to these weird dudes, because this is a dead end. These guys. Yeah, so CL has first... No, she has the most speed anyway. So yeah, I don't think the first strike does anything. What are we going to do here? We are going to do a normal attack.
Storm is coming.
Then we're going to do wildfire.
On guard.
My L is going to use spark.
Flames. On me.
Look out.
Their attacks are somewhat difficult. Well, that one's easy. There's an obvious audio cue to that one, but the other one is a little less obvious to try and figure out. We are going to do Searing Bond.
Take this.
Get it to switch over to the other one there, and finish it off with Ice Lance. There we go. And we learned another Pictos there. And here we get another healing tint. That's appreciated. I believe that's the only thing up here. I could be wrong. I think it's the only thing up here. Looks like it. Wouldn't be the first time I ran past something. That's what editing's for. Anyway, with that being said, I think now is a good place to rest up. And I think we'll call her a day here. The Stonewave Cliffs are a long dungeon. We're quarter of the way through it. Maybe a third. Yeah, it's a relatively long dungeon. If we go into skills, you don't have enough yet. Lune. I have the option here of doing Fire Rage if I want to go fire. And this one's kind of a risky choice because if you're hit, like when you cast this, it does damage to all enemies on cast, and then it will automatically deal additional damage on turn start. The damage increases on the trigger. I'm not exactly sure what that means because I never used this skill before, but whenever you're hit with it, after you've cast it, Lune will automatically be stunned. So that's not so great. Over here, we have Rock Slide, which you'll look at that, consumes those stains and deal 400% more damage, and think that would be really, really good. And it is. It's slightly better than the Mayhem skill we already have. And Mayhem costs 3 AP, and this costs 5. So, maybe. Over here, we have even more damage. This one does quite a bit of break damage, so that would be nice to have. And you'll notice that a lot of the earth-based ones really focus on doing additional break damage. And the ice ones focus on some extra effects like slow, and thermal transfer gives you more AP. This also applies slow, and this also has a healing ability. The lightning ones are mainly just multi-hit damage attacks, and Lightning Dance happens to be one of the most powerful abilities in the entire game. Stormcaller is bad, so there's that. And over here, way at the end, we have Hell, which is one of her most powerful abilities in the game and something you will be using a lot endgame. So I'm going to avoid picking it up for now, just because we're going to see a lot of it in the endgame. We're also going to see a lot of Lightning Dance in the endgame, and I already use a lot of the lightning stuff, or the water stuff, in my other playthrough. So I might lean over into these guys. In fact, let us get that. And we'll probably get that guy next, just so that I can play around with some different skills at different levels. And did I want to do anything with you quite yet? Yes and no. Grim Harvest, I kind of want to make use of. It's a big, heavy amount of damage, and it heals. And it heals all allies. So that's one way of getting access to healing all of your allies, and it can be a really effective ability to use when the party is half decimated. I'll think about that. Attributes. Let's throw a few points into luck, I think. Sure, why not? Get some luck, get 9 points of luck on everybody. Now everyone's basically all got the same points in there. We got 33 agility, 9 might, and 9 luck. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter a lot. It really doesn't. Agility is your best bet. Put most of your points into agility. Might can deal some additional damage. It's a lot more effective, especially early on when you're using, when you're playing on story mode, which is the easiest difficulty mode. But other than that, it doesn't matter that much. Just put some points in. But anyway, like I said, we made decent progress, but still a long way to go and a lot to explore in this area. So that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.